With the recent buff to Graves, he is an actually new champion. He has lower stacks that he needs to stack up for his third ability, even better jungle clear, but what makes Graves an actual champion, and how can you play this champion to not just get absolutely obliterated? If you take a look at this game, it looks a very difficult game, considering that the enemy team has a lot of champions that make it borderline impossible for you to play the game. Nonetheless, he chose to last pick the Graves into this game, bringing the runes he has, no collector by the way, so you know, the man actually has an idea what items to build, and maybe he's even swapping his boots in late game for better pair. So let's just break down this gameplay, starting with the first ability, Accelerated Jungle Clear compared to the third ability on PC. So, on PC, Graves is infamous for doing like one camp into an invade, maybe two camps into an invade, but in WildRift, there are plenty of options. Normally, a Graves goes for a full clear, but I'm really curious what he will do this game, and if there's like a cheeky little way, he goes for multi-camping. And I think this could have been even better, done even better. But already you see the idea of multi-camping, or at least transitioning camps, like saving one auto attack, saving some time, and making it just way easier for you. Also, Graves, during the jungle clear, gets so much armor with the passive stacks, and take a good look how he just plays the camps, how he just focuses the auto attacks on the big monster, and just uses his first ability to finish off the small ones. He transitions with another stack, will probably stack here, he will dash here again to maintain the armor stacks, so he barely takes damage from these monsters. You see, his first ability is completely blasting these monsters apart with the power it has received with the recent buffs. And you see, nice transition again with the first ability, very important to keep that jungle clear like on your mind, that it just can make such a big difference. 5 HP, that's a tragedy, but he will again use his first ability to snipe. Oh my god, that was really close, it nearly reset. But yeah, we're looking at a very decent full clear time, about 1:45 for a full clear. It's completely okay for Graves. And now we go for a ganking window. That is awkward as hell. But yeah, we'll still end up with the kill here. Hitting level 5, the Scuttle Crab here, if it's contested, it's very risky. But we see the Z, because with Z there's one thing. You kind of have to start blue buff or your mana is in complete like shambles. And therefore you assume that the Z will be on the other side of the map, and therefore you can just go for this crab. Now let's take a look at the purchases. Goes for the Gluttonous Grease into a longsword. And yeah, he's going for a full crit build this game. Not even overgrowth, nothing, just pure damage. Aurelian Soul, what are you doing? Oh, that actually didn't hit, and he gets the Aurelian Soul, that's massive. However, it needs to be really ooh, nice hook by the Blitzcrank, gets the Flash of Desire for free. But it needs to be really careful when it comes to Xayah and Rakan, because getting too close to these champions just ends up with an immediate death to you. That's the biggest issue when it comes to these champions, especially if you're a low range champion like Graves. But what is he trying to do now? He's going for an all-in level, like level 5 mid lane. Look, his Malphite has ultimate, the Aurelian Soul doesn't have tools to defend himself, and hello! Yeah, the Malphite doesn't really know what he's supposed to do, so he goes for it. Okay. If this still works, it actually still works, it's pathetic. The reason is, the Malphite should not have ulted when the Graves doesn't have Q anymore, because the Q is such a massive amount of damage, but yeah, the Zed gets really frustrated with the play, goes in, and gets absolutely blasted apart. Graves takes the mid lane plating, but will not stay for the wave, because he gets a severe penalty for taking the wave, and it's simply not worth his time. It's also in a good spot for his Elena anyway, and therefore he just goes back to his own jungle. Rakan and Xayah up there, looking for a potential all-in as well. Needs to be really mindful. His laners, like for example, Jace into Jax, like this matchup at some point becomes unplayable for the Jace because Jax just is too much damage. And mid lane, as long as AP Malphite is actually going AP Malphite, they'll always have an easy way of killing Aurelian Soul by just one-shotting him. Like at the moment Malphite ulti connects, Graves just has to use one spell and it's instantly over. We just saw the Aurelian Soul ult fly in, and we see a very close fight up here. Sadly, he dies, so the Aurelion Soul gets a second ability reset. Q Flash forward gets a free kill here with the combo, and the Jace gets a free reset here. You just make sure that the wave full reset gets another plating for free. The plating will then allow him to have a fully completed Bloodthirster, and he has Gluttonous Grease already in his inventory. So if you take a good look at how much sustain he has, it's like 12 plus 8%. It's absolutely insane how much he has right now. Or was Bloodthirster 50 nowadays? I always forget. Meanwhile, Zed has to just trade for the dragon. A really unfortunate dragon, Mountain Soul, if possible, if they get all the dragons. A soul that you really don't crave to have. Graves gets the Herald for free. Places the Herald mid lane and immediately paths bot lane to just accelerate the map, since he knows that the Zed is on the other side of the map. He wants to make sure that the map is accelerated. He wants to get the most possible from these plays. Jax is being dove here right now, but Graves can't really help you unless he's literally standing on top of the Jax. Simply because Graves can't auto-attack through minions and through structures. And therefore he has to be really, really careful and just gets the kill here. Now the Aurelion Soul is flying in, but they'll get this tower before the Aurelion Soul arrives, so Aurelion Soul is just getting nothing from this rotation. So this Graves is already 4 kills up, and is now going towards a Navori Quickblades. With Navori, it's going to be very crazy how fast he can dash around and just constantly reset his auto attack. And if Graves or when Graves crits, the numbers are kinda insane. Aurelion Soul makes the appearance here, Blitzcrank flashes away, Zed just goes into the wrong neighborhood. The auto attack instant onto the minions unfortunately makes this a little bit unfortunate. Right, so you need to be really careful. If you walk up too close, just a tiny bit, you just get immediately one-shot. And yeah, we get a Kruk camp for Troubles. He doesn't really want to take the wave, he just wants to chunk it. Because again, you see, he still has the debuff until 7:30. So yeah, a little bit of pain. But the moment plates fall, he will not have the debuff anymore. Oh, Zaya, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Look at the crits. Oh, he will fall, he will get CC'd, but he still gets an auto attack off because yeah, WildRift is a very interesting game, and even though you're like in a CC chain as it seems, you still get the auto attack off, which is very weird. And I think it only works out because he has Alacrity and Runes. Very interesting though. But yeah, so far you see a lot of damage coming in. So I'm curious how much damage he will do as the game goes on. Also very important, after picking up these crit items, rather than going for a longsword, he goes for a crit glove. Because getting more crit will help him more than getting these 12 AD. Because now if we take a good look at his cooldowns, like how fast they go back, go down again after casting them. Simply for the fact that he has Navori now. Waits for the Jax, third ability Counter-Strike to go off, and now goes for the Zed, pops him instantly. Beautiful smoke screen, denying the opportunity or the possibility of that Zed to do anything. Huracan here. Needs to be mindful. Big Aurelion Soul, and he gets pulled in by the Rakan taunt, but he's not taking enough damage, and he just instantly kills the Jax as well. And now look at the sustain. Gluttonous Grease and BT just provide him with too much sustain. Needs to be mindful of the Zed. He precasts his second ability to deny the auto cast of the Zed after using ult, but it just wasn't enough. Apparently the Zed just reacted fast enough, or maybe I just missed some interaction, specifically bound to Zed and Graves. But the idea was to use a smoke screen to deny the Zed vision and definitely make sure that the Zed misses his spells and he then doesn't die to the death mark. Ooh, a lot of inting happening now, which is very, very bad for the entire team. Because now we reached a point of the game where your entire lead can be thrown away for fun, and you can just still lose. But when it comes to generally inting and having unfortunate accidents, it only really starts to matter like super hard, where it's like instantly game ending when we get like towards 15 to 60 minutes, because at 60 minutes the Nexus shield turns off. And then yeah, you'll be in a lot of trouble. Did he hit? No, he didn't. Okay, I was about to say, like, he just didn't hit. And now he goes for a cheeky invade. The Zed is on the other side of the map. Oh, Aurelion Sol with the crown. Crown is popped. He needs to wait until he auto attacks. Oh no, Aurelion Sol hack slashing. This is very ballsy, but the enemy team is not aware of this at all, as it seems. Yeah, now the team is walking in. Blitzcrank with another magnificent hook, and he just waltzes in to secure the last hit. And he is on a pillage again, looking to pillage everything that the enemy has to make sure they don't have anything to their name. Blue buff taken away, Grom taken away, everything to this man's name. And once he has IE, you will see some crazy things when it comes to just the damage this champion has. And he should definitely take a look at maybe purchasing Stasis or a QSS, probably rather a QSS. Because he then doesn't get locked down for eons, because if he gets locked down by something, he probably dies before he can press anything. So he goes Proto Belt. That is really insane. Because with Proto Belt he has another auto attack reset, however he doesn't have any defensive tool. Like if he gets caught and CC chained, he is simply dead. And he is currently 11 of the 19 kills. And he has 14 of the 19 KP in total. His entire team is running it down again for no reason, and it's up to him to turn the tides of the fight. He just crit. That was a very loud car, but look at the damage of him. Ults backwards to gain some extra momentum forward, dashes as well with the Proto Belt on top to just get the maximum gap close. And now the Malphite has to tank for the Graves for this to actually work out. Malphite needs to take the scuttle. Beautiful. Because the Malphite took the scuttle, he got some extra healing, and that's awkward again. But yeah, it was very important that the Malphite actually gets the scuttle for the extra healing, so the Graves doesn't have to tank, so they have enough damage to actually kill this guy. And now with the Malphite running away, he gets the debuff. You see, like, his damage. Oh, you don't see Mortal Attack, okay. Because his damage takes a 50% debuff once you tank Nasher, and multiple people can tank Nasher at the same time, because the debuff compared to the PC version doesn't go away. I keep on repeating this over and over again because in WildRift it's different. So I'm curious what they'll be doing with the next iteration of Baron in 5.2, if we'll have a new debuff, a different debuff, or maybe a differently coded debuff. Looking for an invade angle here again in the enemy jungle. Uh-oh. 675. It's actually kind of funny how much less damage his ultimate does compared to normal auto attacks. Because if you take a look now, if you auto attacks them, it's actually quite insane. Because I think he was relatively tanky as well. To be fair, we don't have armor pen yet, and with Graves there's a unique interaction as well that many people don't even know about, and it's linked to his pallets, right? You see he shoots multiple pallets at the same time, and each of these pallets applies Black Cleaver stack. So when you hit an enemy once and you're close to them, you might as well, with a crit, fully apply Black Cleaver instantly. With that, and your Mortal Reminder, it's literally impossible to have high armor values against your champion. He completes the Black Cleaver, making himself even tankier, and now it gets really difficult for the enemy to survive this onslaught. Like, first off, they weren't tanky in the first place, and Black Cleaver is just like this filler item of, hey, I want some tankiness with HP, I want some more movement speed, and I want, like, every single set of the item is just broken, and that is what he really craves. But again, this Proto Belt might just get him killed very soon. Because it's simply too much of a risk to have this Proto Belt compared to a defensive tool. But now look. He's patiently waiting for his prey to approach, but nobody's coming. He just got stood up. Like, his date just left him. Feels bad, man. Oh, he needs to be mindful not to get CC chained here. You see what I mean? That was so close. Yeah, he will die. But this is what I mean. This is the CC chain that I'm warning you about that might happen if you go for this protocol setup. Because if he has another enchantment, be it QSS or Stasis, none of this would happen. Yes, he might be a little bit less mobile, but would you rather be like surviving and actually winning, or would you just rather have more fun? I get like both views, because sometimes having fun has a higher priority than actually winning, and we often end up with like Collector or Magi Soulsteel in our inventory. But yeah, needs to be really mindful about this one, especially if you truly want to win. The Ebb, is it an AP Malphite? Because he didn't get a one-shot by the Zed. It's like, what is this Malphite build? He has like Gauntlet, then he has Awakened Soulstealer, and then he has something like, I think Randuin's, if I saw correctly. Which is very weird. Like, I understand why he has Awakened Soulstealer, because his champion is only really a champion if he has ultimate available, so it's a very nice, unique itemization thing you can go for, especially even on tank Malphite. But there are probably better options in some games, but in this one I think it might not even be too bad. He might also, like, he could have just gone full damage as well if he wanted to. Because in all honesty, he will, I don't think he will touch the Zed at all anyway. Damn, he just completely blasted that poor guy apart. Crown is being procced. This was through Crown, by the way. I think the damage mitigation of Crown was still applied to that champion, and there was still this much damage. Caitlyn is littering the floor with traps. Yeah, nice. Dodged. He's dead again. And exactly this is what I mean, but yeah. What an insane game by this player. And as per usual, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Check out their channel in the description below. And yeah, it would actually be super nice if you commented and liked the video, because it helps the video be more visible to other people. And yeah, we'll see each other after this little clip fiesta, like this montage fiesta. And then, well, have a nice day. But now let's take a look at these last clips and see what they're doing. Like, look at the damage Graves does, look at the lineup, look at the perfect execution of the end of the line Graves' first ability. Just completely blowing them apart. Xin Zhao running it down here, knocking him back. He's gonna turn this around, right? Beautiful combo here, dealing so much damage. And now will he survive against the brand? He will. And now let's take a look at the builds here. Yeah, it's a collector build. Don't go for collector. Don't get debated. He doesn't even run sudden impact and still goes for collector. That's just absolute griefing. It's just absolute griefing. It just doesn't make any sense. Even like Humus is 50 billion times better because it's more consistent just having collector. But again, if you want to have fun with collector, go for it. But I can never in my life recommend it in any way, shape or form. And yeah. See you soon, guys.